We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Damn it, I did it and then I muted myself afterwards. Anyway, hi guys, welcome to Side Scrollers because Craig died. Rest in peace and everything like that. And I'm very sorry for the Titanic iceberg that I may cause in the next few days. But at least I have Kay with me. Oh, hello.
I don't know if you want me on there. I'm going to be playing the violin while we're all like falling and sinking. Am I the right person for this?
100%, yes. It'll be great. But also we have Vara. Hey!
It's me. Hi.
It's your girl.
It's me. Back again, per usual.
Anyway, so yes, it's basically Side Scrollers today. Like I said, Craig is not here. He will be back on Wednesday. Please stick around. It's like, please clap.
Wrap it up.
And I just want to point out that everything is working. None of the streams went down, so I guess I did everything right.
Yay!
Tech
Big
support.
W.
For real. Dead ass, no cap. Anyway, guys, it's Friday, and we're just gonna jump right into it because we have a giant list of topics to discuss. So,
let's do it.
Before I jump into like gaming history, though, are you guys okay? Is everything fine? Can I get you like a hot beverage and a smile?
I'm
Blabs,
uncomfortable. I need an adult.
I stepped away from pirate Yakuza. Okay, that's like crack for me right now. I'm like addicted.
Are you?
So I'm okay, but I'm like tweaking out. I'm like, I need to go like cook food in Yakuza right now. Like that's me right now.
I've been dealing with Avowed, so I envy you.
No, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Is that
Go
fun?
play the pirate game afterwards. It's way better.
Is Avowed fun?
I heard it's mid.
It's painstakingly mid. That's
what I've been hearing.
It's
Fortunate.
a good description.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, today in gaming history. Okay, everybody, we're going to like Japan. Oh wait, this is the wrong date. Look at that. This one.
Like
okay.
Sonic. What?
Yeah, no, that was yesterday. Don't even look at yesterday's. Okay, today everybody is February 21st, and we are on our way to Japan because The Legend of Zelda was released in 1986. Star Fox was also released in Japan in 1993. And then this game that I didn't actually know existed was Game Boy Camera, released in 1998, that basically turned your Game Boy into a camera. Self-explanatory, but I thought that was fascinating.
39 years old? Oh
you
my
alright?
god.
Are you
so
fine?
old. No, I'm not okay. It feels like 15 years ago, maybe. I know it's way older than that, but like 39.
Yes.
Oh.
And it was the original title, like Zelda no Densetsu, the Hyrule Fantasy. I can't read Japanese.
Attempt when you went to Japan, were they like, what is she saying? Like,
I was just saying, arigato gozaimasu. That was it. That's all I did. I just be like, yay. Okay.
Well, this is a stellar lineup, I just want to say. And I literally looked at the run sheet. I was like, oh my god, it's Star Fox Day. I looked next to me and I had this like literally right next to me, like as I was looking at it. So I love this game so much. And I love the N64 version as well. But this one, it just felt so like dreadful and intense. Like there's no talking, you just hear, you know what I mean? Like it's just, the music is so good, the atmosphere is so good. So I love Star Fox. This is also like crack to me. That and Yakuza Pirates. I have a lot of crack right now. And then also I do have the Game Boy camera. I got this one used because I really wanted the blue, because I have an analog pocket and I wanted a blue that matched my analog pocket. So this one isn't my original one. And I went through it, and there's photos of people, and I don't know what to do with it. So
Well,
I'm like, this definitely looks like somebody that also listened to My Chemical Romance in the early 2000s, just like me. But it feels weird. It feels way too personal what I found in there. But fun fact, you can use this on the Analog Pocket as well, and the screen makes it so much more clear than it did on the original Game Boy, so definitely try it out. It's fun.
oh, someone's asking if you have a printer though. Like, can you print the pictures?
I don't have the printer. I do want to get one, but I don't. You can print them, but
Wait,
I
like,
don't have it.
was it like an actual printer just made for that app, like that game?
It was like a heat printer, I think, if I'm
Yeah.
remembering correctly. Yeah.
Fascinating.
I don't have it, though.
Well, I'm gonna be Craig and be like, Blabs, you also missed these games. Even though I don't actually miss anything, guys. I only have 3.
You only have 2
sections.
slots.
I only have 3. Anyway, The Goonies was released in Japan in 1986 today, which is fascinating. I didn't know there was a Goonies NES game. Obviously, Star Fox, we have Clive's Barker's Undying, Fear Effect 2, Retro Helix, Galactic Civilizations 2, Dreadlords. Does anything ring a bell to you guys besides Sonic Riders, I'm assuming for K?
Yeah, I don't really like Sonic Riders, but yeah, it's a thing.
Okay, never mind. Super Monkey Ball. I miss Super Monkey Ball Touch and...
That one hurts.
That one
You
hurts.
missed
That one's in my closet.
You picked Zelda, Star Fox, and the Game Boy camera, and you're complaining you didn't put Super Monkey Ball in there? Like, I love Super Monkey Ball as
True.
well, but you did the good choice.
I know, but I really
Yeah.
like Monkey Ball Touch and Roll, like on my DS.
We needed a slide too.
I feel like sometimes we do.
We do.
Oh, well. I can't believe I missed that. And we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Double Pack released in 2006, Marvel Trading Card Game from 2007, Harvest Moon DS, Sunshine Island.
I love Harvest Moon.
Oh my god, I was Animal Crossing over Harvest Moon, but honestly, I don't like either that much. I'm that
What?
person. I
Oh
know.
my
I'm
God.
awful.
I can't be affiliated with you.
I
She's
know.
like,
you're gonna have to
she
denounce
hates
me now.
Cowboy Bebop. She doesn't like Harvest Moon. Time to
Oh.
go.
I can't
You've
believe
denounced me
you
within
don't-
10 minutes of us knowing each other. It's been quite quick.
Wait, you guys did? You just met?
Yeah.
K, Vara, K. I thought you guys knew each other.
It is what it is.
Oh my god.
So, anyway. Hi, everybody. I didn't know.
Let's take it
Quality
from the top.
content right here.
Whoops. Okay, anyway, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze was released in 2014 on the Wii
It's
U.
good. I
Awesome.
like Donkey Kong. Let's go.
Yeah, there's also Dread Out 2, Atomic Heart, and today, Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii was released.
I know.
Yeah.
Stop reminding me. I want to play it so
Do
bad.
you need a moment?
Yes.
She's almost edging right there.
I literally, like, right at 9 p.m., I was playing it. Well, 9:15, I want to say, because I was on a stream. But, like, as soon as I hopped off, I was like, I need to play it. I literally just beelined it to my PS5.
Yeah,
It's
so
the only
to
time
pick
I've
up my
ever been
copy.
excited to run to my PS5.
It seems like it's so good.
Oh my god, it's so good. I played the demo for, like, hours on end. Like, that's insane to me.
Yeah, I almost never play demos because I like going into release with like my like the blind playthrough with my initial thoughts because I stream so many games, but I was very tempted.
Yeah, it was such a good demo. Oh my god. Even if you guys don't want to buy the full game, if you can still download the demo, do it. It's so good. So good. I'm okay. We
You
can do the
sure?
show. It's okay. I have all weekend to play it. I'll be okay.
She's gonna be like me. I've been obsessed reading like anime books, and I actually mean like light novels, not manga. Before someone comes and stabs me, and then Kay is gonna be gaming all weekend long.
You read mangas, I'm gonna come stab you. Like, what?
No, it's because I literally said like 2 weeks ago. I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been reading anime books," and someone's like, Blabs, that's called a manga, but it wasn't. It's a light novel. It's actually just text. So, like, it's a book. And they're like, actually. Anyway, also
Nerd.
released today, PGA Tour 2025.
Wow.
Wow.
Crazy.
Stellar lineup.
Exactly.
What competition?
Just through the roof, everybody. But anyway, I do want to shout out locals because I shared something the other day about my turtle on Twitter. And for some reason, people were like, I'm going to respond to that, which is amazing. So over on Locals, guys, if you sign up for free and you can post about your turtle, which I realize does not sound appropriate. but Miner actually did. He's like, my tortoise is better. And to which I said, I don't have a tortoise. I have a turtle. Not the same. But shout out to Miner and his massive tortoise.
That's
Look at that.
very
That's huge.
cool.
That's pretty awesome. That thing must be super old given its size.
Oh yeah.
But sign up to Locals, everybody, and you can get like random ass posts about whatever. We can always see your gaming collection or whatever it is you want to talk to us about. It's a great way to talk with the community. Okay, let me just hit up some super dupers. Var would make a better MJ than Zendaya.
I
How's
don't
your
like
acting
Zendaya.
skills?
I'm not a fan of hers. She's just so overrated.
I think we
Yes.
can all bond over that. Who likes Zendaya? I think that's a bigger question.
12-year-old girls.
Hollywood execs.
Yeah, literally.
Weinstein.
That's the only reason
That's
why she's still
it.
in this industry.
Harvey Weinstein probably likes her too. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
probably.
Why would you do that, Blabs? Why would you say that?
Because it's facts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that, to be honest.
Maverick says, heck yeah, Kay, the wife and I are also hooked.
Oh, it's so good. I just spent like 20 minutes cooking and then I was running around or just fighting random people on the island. I'm just so happy. I'm so
You don't
happy.
sound very happy,
this,
though.
I've been so white-pilled on gaming just because of this game alone. I'm like, I just make me these. This is my favorite pirate game ever now, by the way. And I'm a huge Wind Waker fan,
co-op?
but this... Well, you can play like 2-player stuff in it. Like you can literally play the Sega Genesis in it. You could play I was playing Alex Kidd for like 30 minutes on the Sega Genesis in Yakuza. But no, otherwise there's like multiplayer stuff you can do. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing it by myself.
I want to do multiplayer, dude. I like pirate games, but like they're all kind of shit lately. Like
Well, it's not like you're not looking at like Sea of Thieves or something.
Like
Oh,
Skull
well,
and
that's what I was gonna say. Like, I
Bones.
want like a better Sea of Thieves.
Did you play Skull and Bones?
No.
The nice
my God,
quadruple A failure.
It has like all these random ass barriers that you can't even like walk, and it's like
There's like no real swimming.
no, there's
It's
nothing to
insane.
do. It took how many years and how many millions? No thanks.
Yeah.
That's pie over there. I said it once, and I'll say it again. Thank you, Var, for your genuineness and game critique in a world on wokies, Bible thumpers, and sweepers who want to lord over us. You are everything Mel Mac is not. Damn!
Jeez.
Agreed.
Drama. Thank
Vicious today. What's happening?
Agreed. Justified.
There's no Craig
What?
to keep everybody in line, so
It's
now
true.
everyone's like, it's
It's gooning time.
open range.
Jake, for a member for 13 months, says, what killed Craig this time? Well, funny enough, he was actually here right before we went live, and he was like, I'm hoping I'm not going to be featured on Plane Talk, so maybe
hope not.
jet fuel? I don't know. We'll find out. Corona says, oh, great, today's side scroll hers. Tomorrow it's Rainbow Flags in June. I can't believe this podcast has fallen to DEI slopper. Montez! Yes, thank you very much. Titter Pig says, it's side scroll hers Friday. Great to see Var Duck as per use. OG Star Fox is one of the greatest SNES games ever. He's with the sound effects today, and I'm loving it.
I love everything we're talking about so far. I will be quiet when I don't care, which there's stories on here I don't give a shit about. And I've been very clear, but this I care about.
Yes, Narnia. Didn't Fear Effect 2 have the first on-screen lesbian kiss in video games? Also, for Montez.
I'm not sure, actually.
I like his name, though, Titter Pig Rancher. Great name.
Did it?
Stay-at-home Hippo says, afternoon, ladies, on Finished Friday. Hi, Kay and Vara. Hey, Vara, since you just met Kay, she's a big fanfic writer. Ask her about her Office meets Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
My
no.
fight with Aragorn was art.
Oh, no.
Don't ask.
No. I do love Lord of the Rings, though. That part's true.
You don't sound very confident in that either.
I do. What's confidence? I don't know what that is.
All right, how do you feel about Rings of Power?
Okay, no, that doesn't exist. That's not
Okay.
real.
All right.
Literally, the most I've ever
Fanfiction.
seen is the Starbucks cup or whatever. Like, I refuse to watch everything with it. I refuse.
Wait, a Starbucks cup? Like they had marketing with Starbucks?
Was it the Starbucks? Was that Game of Thrones? See, I don't even know.
That was the last awful season of Game of Thrones.
Lord of the Rings the one where there was like a guy pissing off screen, or am I imagining that too? Rings of Power does not exist in this house.
Marketing! Yes, the marketing for Rings of Power. There was some dude caught pissing off screen as they were like doing the marketing stuff.
Yes.
That's how it doesn't exist in my world at all.
So confused for a minute there. I was like, wait, what?
Pissing on screen? Like, actually?
Did I miss something?
Yeah, right? Joe says, you left out Asura's Wrath. Great game from Capcom.
That was today too? Oh my gosh.
Listen,
that's amazing.
I'm fired.
We need a slide too.
One day. Bentley guy over on Rumble says, great job, Blabs, on gaming history. With that said, Kay has an I'm sorry, absolutely brilliant fan fiction has Link and Fox team up for an awesome space opera as they fight. Yay! Good job, Kay. Ganon and Andros. Oh, that's the rest of it.
Yeah. Cut off like 2 words. That kind of sounds amazing, to be honest. I don't know.
Young Sto says, Blabs, K, and Bellissima. Ciao, ladies. Hello to you too. B. Barrett says, so much for a nice quiet weekend. Hashtag side scrollers. Thanks, B. Barrett. And Snake Master says, Kay, ever thought of selling your fanfic skills over Fiverr?
It's not real. It's not real. Who's gonna make a fake Fiverr profile of me? I'm afraid now.
Dude, I put it out in the universe. Jose Ramirez on LinkedIn. You can do like, I don't know, some weird ass name Ramirez on Fiverr.
I don't even know who you're talking about, but I feel bad for the guy. Why are you making fake profiles of him?
I am Jose Ramirez. Wait, you don't know the lore?
Wait, what are you talking about? What?
Yeah, I made a fake LinkedIn account for research purposes so I wouldn't show my real name, and his name is Jose Ramirez.
What?
Yes, and it's gotten so far that people like are trying to add me from the side scrollers community.
Yeah, that's been happening for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a couple of months. This is me. I'm Jose. I have a mustache. I have a Mexican theme song.
Dog, what are you doing? What?
Blabs the catfish.
Yeah. I'm researching on the catfish. It's fine. Okay, I see you guys' Rumble rants and YouTube chats and Super Chats, I should say, and everything, but if we don't start, we're never gonna start. So everyone, it's time for everyone's non-flaccid intro.
Hard news.
Okay, so Kay sent me this. I'm gonna blame this all on Kay, but this is absolutely batshit insane that these are even in the headlines. But did you guys know that a Chinese university student set his dorm on fire trying to hide an inflatable girlfriend from his roommate who unexpectedly returned early?
This is the best news I've ever seen in my life. I was dying laughing for like 20 minutes when I read this. Like, just the imagery of a guy being like, I'm gonna pump up my blow-up doll, and you know, the candles are on and everything, and it's like this whole thing, and then all of a sudden you hear the door unlock, and he just knocks over the candle or whatever it is. I don't know how he set the fire, but
yeah, right?
like, he knocks over the candle and the whole house is in flames, and you're just walking in like that Community gif where you're like, what is going on in my house? Like, just everything about this story, I've made up more in my mind than I know what actually happened, and that's what makes it so funny.
we need the Gooner horror movie, the low budget Bloomhouse movie on this.
Gooning gone wrong.
It's so good.
So here is the actual story. This is from Dexerto. Students set school on fire trying to hide inflatable girlfriend from roommate. And it continues. Let me zoom in a little bit for you guys because that's nice and small.
I don't know. Maybe you could just poke it with a needle and then deflate it or something.
Right? Maybe he was really attached to it and didn't want to hurt it.
Yeah, but then there would still be evidence of it in existence. It would just be a flat girlfriend instead. It would look worse.
This is my pancake girlfriend.
Yeah. I have a pancake fetish. Like, people be like, what?
Poor Chad. They're like, Craig, please come back. Yeah. Anyway. A technology student is being mocked on Chinese social media for setting his dorm on fire while trying to hide his inflatable girlfriend when his roommate returned early. Being caught with your pants down is one thing, but one student couldn't stand the thought of being caught with an inflatable doll that he decided to set fire to it. According to South China Morning Post on February 10th, a student enrolled at China's Hefei University of Technology was thrown into panic after his roommate returned unexpectedly. Rushing into the hallway, the student tried to burn down the doll, but ended up triggering the campus fire alarm, filling the dormitory with flames and smoke. While no one was harmed in the blaze, the student was disciplined and faced the wrath of the internet for the embarrassing viral ordeal. I wonder what actually happened to him. Like, what kind of discipline does he face on campus? Like,
Yeah, right?
no more sex
He
dolls
felt
for
that
you.
this was the best route.
Okay, what would you do if you were discovered with your inflatable girlfriend? That's the real question, right?
Do you have like a history of this or something?
No, what?
Well, it's like, what would you do? It's like, well, we wouldn't know.
Well, like, I'm just trying to put myself in this person's shoes.
Alright.
Like, what would you do?
I don't
If
know.
I had a dick and I had a fake girlfriend, what would I do?
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you, yeah, exactly. What is
I
the
don't
course
know,
of
I can't
action?
even, like, I can't
Do you admit to
even.
it? What if, what if there was some action going on at the same, like, if there's evidence that's, not exactly just the inflatable, like, you know what I'm saying? You have to burn the house down. What else do you do?
The worst part is that this is going to be an adult one day. We don't know how old this person is, but these are the people of our future.
It's true. They're like, this guy could be like the future president of China for all we know.
Like, why not just, I don't know, throw a blanket over it? Let's just burn the whole place down.
Yeah. So it continues and it says that, here we go. There was no property losses or casualties, and we've already communicated with the student involved. But I really want to know what it is. What's the ordeal? By the way, this is like the photo of the place burning, which is nuts. And apparently they won't say what it is, so I'll never know his discipline, but I'm assuming because it's China, it's definitely not going to be something like, I think at least. What do you guys think? No more beers for you. I don't know.
I don't know. How do you even punish someone for that? I think the punishment is that it happened to you. Like, I don't think you need anything else.
100%.
I think the internet will take care of his troubles.
Yeah.
Let me see. It's a Dap Pie over there says, "Hey y'all ladies, ever play a game in the Fire Emblem series? I got a modded 3DS recently and have been reliving my youth with Sacred Stones and Echoes."
I am a huge Fire Emblem fan, especially the Game Boy Advance ones. I love those so much. So like 7, 8, Sacred Stones, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
Playing through 6 because that was Japanese only, so I found a way to get like a translated cart, but I haven't beat that yet, but I know the story of it. 3DS wise, I mean, Awakening is a good starting point, but it's not my favorite one by any means.
Yeah.
Fates I didn't like at all.
Why not?
I don't know. It's similar with Three Houses. I know they're not like comparable, but it's just like a little more soulless compared to what I'm used to in my Fire Emblems. That's my issue.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I do understand. I really like the DS ones like Shadow Dragon. I really liked Sacred Stones. I mean, the Fire Emblem games are very good, but I feel like they're harder for people to get into just because there's so many of them.
That's true. Yeah, you kind of have to pick your poison. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I grew up on the game. Like I grew up on the
Yeah.
other ones too, but the Game Boy ones just hit me at like the right time.
Yeah.
And I feel like those are really good. Or like going into like Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn, I think is also really good. Like the GameCube to Wii transition, because you're dealing with the 3D and everything. Like it feels good. I don't know. I think that's where I would recommend. But you can't do that on a 3DS, so ignore my advice there.
I feel like we can just take clips of Kay with all the things that she's saying today. Like she's like moaning over there, and then she's like, "It feels good." Like just make a compilation. Be very odd. All right, hang on. I have a perfect thing now that we can just transition to. All right, we're pivoting, guys. All right, this is gonna be really creepy, and I can't play the audio because it's got copyright music. But
What is that?
the world's first bipedal muscular skeletal android. Look at this thing. It moves.
That is straight out of a video game.
It's just like Death Stranding or some shit.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Like Kojima dreams of this stuff in his sleep.
Isn't that wild?
I don't like it.
No,
This
I
is
feel like it needs to be
uncomfortable.
terminated.
I take the Alex
Before
Jones
two of us.
approach. I see something like that, I'm grabbing an axe. I don't care.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. I don't.
Like, there's
yeah,
no
it
way.
creeps me out. So, and it says the protocol is a faceless, anatomically accurate synthetic human with over 200 degrees of freedom, over 1,000 myofibers, and 500 sensors.
I'd
Kill it.
rather not.
Yeah, I don't want to be near it, to be honest. Not one little bit.
Take the blow up doll over that. I'm just saying. The inflatable girlfriend, Blabs. Keep up!
I am keeping up. I'm just, it's Friday, and you're saying a lot of fascinating things. Okay.
I want to know how much it costs to build.
Oh, I bet it's not even for sale or anything.
Well,
but that is a
no,
great
but
question.
I bet it's so expensive. And
Oh,
we're
yeah.
just talking about slashing it down
Yeah,
and
we're like just burn it down.
I
It's
will.
like,
With that, I will. I feel bad for the other one that like Kai Snot or whatever streamer was like beating up.
he was bullying it.
Yeah,
I feel
he
bad for that
was.
one. I do not feel bad for this creature.
No, that other one was just trying to run away. And this one's just like, I will destroy your family. Nathan says, anime fans can be very weird. I once made one mad back in high school because I said my favorite anime was Pokemon, and that guy was such an outlier that weebs find it weird. Okay.
What's wrong
Lynn.
with saying Pokemon is your
Yeah.
favorite anime?
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah, I guess like for me, yeah, because I'd be like Yu Yu Hakusho or something. So I guess it's a bit
Yeah, like,
odd, but
I
like,
Maybe
I
it's
wouldn't choose
basic.
Pokemon, but also,
Yeah.
right, like, it
There's
is
so
still
many
a
people that-
valid answer.
yeah, so many people would answer that.
Especially like if you're a massive card collector or something like that and you're really
Yeah.
invested into it, I see no
Yeah.
problem. But people are just insane.
Tryhards.
Yeah. Lifting Gnome for 5 says, I have a Goodreads profile and own a digital, physical, and audio copy of multiple books. Romantasy is my guilty pleasure. I'm part of the problem. All right, well, keep that in mind because we have a huge thing to talk about that later. Snap Rabbi says, hey, Kay, looking forward to watching you play some Kingdom Hearts. I'm sure it will cure your Yuzaku pirate addiction and make more Office Space X Sora fan fiction.
Snapple is the reason I am playing Kingdom Hearts tonight, and I'm afraid because I hate that game, and I have to look at Sora's stupid big fucking feet.
Don't make
And I
fun of
don't want to.
Sora. Sora did
got
nothing
big
wrong.
feet.
He does, and he's kind of a fucking weirdo, but that's okay.
You just made fun of him! What?
No, it's a good weirdo.
I can't.
Oh, good
I can't with
weirdo.
that game.
Yeah.
Benoit says, I've been working on my Gunnar slasher for years. No, not November. Still its first draft. Keep it up, bro. And Romer says, good morning, angels. Good morning. Thank you for your super chatting. All right, I see the rest of you guys, but they are related to some other topics, so we'll get to them later. All right, we're going to, hang on. I'm not going to play Ross again, but we're going to pivot. Now, I'm a fan of Narnia, although I've only read like the first book. I watched all the movies, but I wasn't a big fan of the third movie because it wasn't made by Disney anymore, and it kind of just fell off. But Vara here, you're a fan of Narnia, so how much of a fan are you?
I'm enough of a fan to watch a series or movies that they put out, but I'm not enough of a fan to sit here and say that they should.
Okay, so you don't want it to happen, is what you're saying.
I don't like remakes and remasters with video games. I don't like reboots when it comes to TV shows and movies. Like the Narnia movies from the past were pretty good, even though they did start to really shift away from the source material. But I don't think that we need more Narnia.
No, I agree. And I think like those movies, like especially the first two, still hold up pretty well today.
Yeah, they do.
The music, the atmosphere, it's all beautiful in my opinion. I love it. Like I think the Narnia soundtracks are like top
They're
tier.
amazing.
Shout out Harry Gregson Williams, who's not even related to John Williams, but anyway. But I'm actually Richard Gelfin says he thinks there are 8 movies planned for Greta's Narnia franchise.
Stop. We don't
Which is with
even
Netflix.
need 1, never mind 8. And Netflix. Oh my gosh. I hate Netflix.
Now, I'm just confused because I thought there was only 7 books in the Narnia series, so how are there 8 movies? Like, am I missing something here? So, like, I have this pulled up from Britannica, and it says,
Yeah, I was going to say.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, Voyage of the Dawn Treader, Silverchair, The Horse and His Boy, Magician's Nephew, and The Last Battle. That's 7. So I don't know where they're getting 8 from.
I was going to say, did another one come out, like a prequel or something that I missed? But no.
Will they part 1, part 2, one of them maybe? Do the Lord of the Rings
Probably.
Book
treatment?
7?
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
that's funny. One of them might be 2-parter. Okay, well maybe that's what they're gonna do. Like the very last one's gonna be a 2-parter.
Potentially.
I'm not a big fan of that idea, to be honest. I felt like Harry Potter was done well, but like then remember how like Harry Potter started the trend of like part 1, part 2, and then everyone
Yeah.
else started doing it, like Twilight and Hunger Games and everything else. It's like they're not even the same size as the books. What the hell?
Yeah. Also, isn't Greta Gerwig the one that's adapting it?
Yes, for Narnia, correct, on
Yeah,
Netflix.
she's quite the feminist.
Yes. Did you ever watch The Little Woman from her from 2019?
Yeah, I did.
How was it? I heard it was eh.
I didn't really like it, but also I can understand why the like TikTok book girlies would love it to death. It felt very modern adaptation, which isn't good for me.
I heard there was a lot of time jumping back and
There
forth, which is why a
was.
lot of people didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very disjointed. Like they had half of a movie and then they decided, well, this pacing isn't working. So then they just spliced a bunch of scenes together and were like, good enough.
Well, yeah, no thanks. But speaking of Netflix, now this one's gonna hurt a lot of people, and I'm so very, very sorry for you for your loss. But Netflix picks up Halo. Now, to be clear though, guys, this does not mean that Netflix will be continuing with Halo, like season 3 or whatever it is. Yeah, I think it's season 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah, season 3. But it also doesn't mean that they won't be picking it up. So it is still up in the air. It also isn't clear if it's exclusive to Netflix and it'll be completely gone from Paramount Plus, or it's gonna be on both either.
They just need to leave that in the past. I talk about Halo all the time. The games are absolutely amazing. 1 through 3, absolute perfection. Love them to death. I wish that we had gotten a proper Halo TV series, but we didn't. And there's a reason why Paramount didn't want to continue it. There's a reason why the show failed. We need to leave it in the past.
Kay, did you watch the Halo show?
No, I actually played through Halo recently. So I played it like a little bit multiplayer when it first came out, but I never went through all the stories. And I've finally beat 3 recently. And to me, that is like a pretty much 10 out of 10 game. It's a masterpiece. And I heard that the show is really bad. So I just don't want to taint anything. I'm in a really good place with Halo. I just pretend none of it exists. I did play like a Halo Infinite community night with a dude recently on our channel, and that was really fun, custom stuff, but the show I will not touch because it just like, no. But what I think is maybe happening with this is because like with Sonic is also Paramount. They had the Sonic movies on Netflix for a while, so it could just be that Halo is like moving over just to like watch and like get more eyes on it. But I mean,
The problem
could happen. It could have a
the-
season 3.
The problem with that, though, is that they have put the Halo episodes onto YouTube for free for people to watch before.
That is so bad.
The whole thing?
They have, at this point, the first season. So initially, when the show was coming out, they had put out the first 2 episodes, and then there was like, I think a month or 2 where all of them were up. So now I think that they've taken all of them off except for those first 2, but they were all up. So it's like they've already tried to give it away to people for free and nobody even wanted it then.
That's rough.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
seen
so
like bits
stressed
and
out for
pieces of the
them.
show, and it was pretty garbage.
Master Cheeks 3 should not be made.
No, the scene that really sticks out was the horrible sex scene. Like, that's
There's
all.
a sex.
It's so embarrassing too. You're just like,
Why?
Yeah.
I don't need to see any of that. Why?
Yeah, you see his ass.
Master
that's
Cheeks.
where the Master
Yep.
Cheeks thing comes from?
Yes.
Yes. Kay's like,
Oh, vomit, bro. That's no.
It's
No,
very
no.
bad.
It is. It's really bad. So, Mr.
Wouldn't you wanna
Maloney's
see his
right.
ass? Why?
He's not even like he doesn't even look like Master Chief in my opinion. I know you
No.
don't ever see what he looks like, but he
He
just
just doesn't have that demeanor.
no. He also is a bitch boy. He like pretty
Yeah.
pouty and stuff. So
Yeah.
I agree.
What do you mean? What?
He's a little basic bitch boy, you know?
He is.
I heard Audi. I thought you were talking about his belly button.
He's an Audi. For shame.
I was like, what?
No. Nathan has an anime thing. Okay, we're gonna get to anime in a bit. Stick around, all right? Hopefully Kay and Christian don't use the same computer chair. They both need to change towels and stuff. Yeah. Jagged says, "What about the BBC Narnia series?"
What did I
never
miss?
saw that. Don't worry about it, Kay. Let's just move on. The BBC Narnia series. I didn't ever see it. Was there a BBC Narnia series? It was probably like ages ago, right?
There probably was. I don't know anything of it though.
No, I do remember that. Like after the third Narnia movie came out, they were gonna work on this one. I think it was the chair one, whatever the name of that chair book one is, and then it just died and nothing ever happened with it. So
yeah, the silver chair. I think that they had started like production of it, but then it just fell through.
Yeah. Luffy says, which the best ever, GG. The bot is the real sex doll the student burnt. Damn. Okay.
It's coming back. It's gonna come after us like Terminator or something. Oh my god.
Mercenary says, I'm with Star Wars and Halo. As soon as I saw episode 7, Force Awakens, I ignored 7 and walked away from it. I saw the writing on the wall, preserving my love. There you go. And Maverick says, not only is Kei a Yakuza Majima fan, but also Yu Yu Hakusho? Let's fucking go. Wait, are you a doppelganger? A clone? A long-lost sister?
All of it. Every single one.
Yes. All right. Now, this one, I'm going to let Vara lead because she was like, let's talk about Disney live action. So what do you got for us, Vara?
Ooh, okay. So obviously, over the past couple of years, there has been a lot of really awful live action adaptations. And you would think that a company like Disney would say to themselves, no, you know what? We've had a few successes initially because like Beauty and the Beast did well, Cinderella did good. Aladdin made over $1 billion, but then after, the pandemic, a lot of them fell off. Mulan was one of the worst movies I've ever seen, period. We had The Little Mermaid, which visually was fine, but it was 98% CGI, and then they rewrote the story to make Ariel a strong and independent woman, and now they're doing Snow White with Rachel Zegler, and everybody hates her. But now, of course, we're getting even more news that Disney they love to double and triple and quadruple down on this. And is it gonna work?
What?
Is the present working?
I don't see anything. What do you mean?
if you can bring it up.
Okay.
Because I was just trying to bring up the headline of the article. Woo!
Oh.
Technical difficulties. I love it.
I was like, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
I was like, do you want into comics one?
It doesn't really matter, but Disney is doubling down now on live action remakes. I just think no matter who they bring on at this point, it's a nightmare situation for them. I just don't think that they should be doubling and tripling down on live action remakes. Like, sure, I understand that they have seen some success with them, but there comes a point where customers have said enough is enough and they need to go back to making good content again or new, unique content again.
Yeah, I don't really like this whole movie. And I also think it's really stupid of this lady to move from Paramount to Disney when Sonic is doing so well.
It is doing so well.
Doesn't that seem like a downgrade in my opinion? I don't know.
Yeah, I know that Disney is a massive name within the industry. Like, I'm not ignoring that fact. And maybe she's always wanted to work for Disney, but when you are the head of a live action division, or you want to continue to work on these and you're working on something successful, why not stick around until either it's not successful anymore or they finally decide, okay, we're done with these movies.
Yeah, I agree. Kay, you got any thoughts on Disney live action?
Disney? Oh no.
She's like, no. No.
Me with Narnia, me with Disney, I'm like, bro, like, I can't. The last Disney thing I liked was like, what, Aladdin and Lion King?
You liked Aladdin live action?
No! Like, old
You're
school
the
Aladdin and Lion
okay,
King.
I
And
was
like
gonna say, I'm like-
Hercules. Like, I don't like any of this new stuff. I don't know. But they shouldn't go in this direction. It's a very bad idea. Very, very bad idea.
Don't do it. But they'll probably be like, yes, double down. So speaking of cinema, I thought we could have a little round table, if you will, real fast. And chat, this is all for you too. So last week, guys, John Williams, the wonderful composer that he is, turned 93. And he's like a mega composer, right? Harry Potter, Star Wars, Jurassic Park, Superman, Schindler's List, like you name it, the man has done it. So I was wondering, because this always seems like a heated debate, John Williams or Hans Zimmer?
Heated debate, John Williams.
No, but people are going to get pissy. Look, Vara's going to say Hans. I can see it.
No, I'm going to say John Williams, but Hans Zimmer has created some really great stuff.
Please,
that's true. He's done. Like,
I think
fantastic.
he's awful.
I think that there is still
you
a
hate
clear
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Really?
Okay, Pirates of the Caribbean is fine. Outlier. There you go. Name other stuff of his. Was he Interstellar? That was like, oh
he
my
did
god.
Lion King.
Yep.
Look at her world is just crumbling. She's like, wait, what?
I
like Phil Collins in Lion King.
All right.
What? That's Tarzan.
Now we're going to make you question.
That was Elton John.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is, they're all they sing music.
They're
I don't
not
know.
the same though. Okay, so Hans Zimmer is Dune, the Dark Knight trilogy. You're telling me that you don't like that soundtrack? Okay. Whatever, moving on. The Lion King, Pirates of the Caribbean, Gladiator, Inception, Interstellar. All right, maybe we're cooked. Maybe I'm switching sides.
Superman, Star Wars, Jaws.
John Williams.
It's so good, but Hans Zimmer is quite the mastermind as well.
They are both phenomenal, but I think if there was no John Williams, there would be no Hans Zimmer either.
Oh yeah, 100%. Completely agree.
I also think there's like a whole bunch of other composers out there, like Alan Silvestri. He did the Avengers, Back to the Future, The Mummy. There's like so many of them, like Patrick Doyle. He did Nanny McPhee, which I think is such an underrated like track. Nanny McPhee, I love that one.
You know what else Hans Zimmer did? The Last Samurai and Man of Steel.
Man of Steel's pretty good. Like the music for that, it's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
It's so over Hands Bros.
It's so over him.
Oh, the Prince of
it's
Egypt.
hands over.
The Prince of Egypt is now that is getting Blabs thinking.
No, I'm never switching sides. I have like 50 CDs of John Williams.
I'm not switching sides, but also I completely understand the debate.
Yeah, that's why I kind of want to have it like chat, like let us know your thoughts. I see like Danny Elfman. You're right.
Yes,
okay.
Danny Elfman and Howard Shore are the two that I care about.
James
Howard
Warner.
Shore's awesome.
Who else? What's his face's name? Daniel Pemberton, is that what his name is? He's done like King Arthur and the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse ones. John Powell, who did How to Train Your Dragon. He's done a couple other things too.
I love How to Train Your Dragon. I can't believe what they're doing to the live action.
Yeah, and like, was it John Powell and Harry Gregson Williams basically worked on Shrek together as well?
Yes.
So like the guy who made How to Train Your Dragon is with Shrek. It's really cool. So yeah. Make a poll. There's too many options to make a poll though. That way, like you can't do a poll with this. It would just be like you guys just have to shout into the void and be like, this guy. Ennio Morricone. Yep, I agree. The Italian boss. Yeah. So. Also, Michael Giacchino. Yes, you're right. Okay, so he did Star Trek, Spider-Man with Tom Holland, Ratatouille. I love Ratatouille. Is it Var who doesn't like Ratatouille?
It's been so long since I've seen it, but I like Ratatouille.
Okay, maybe it was somebody else. I could have sworn it was
someone
Var.
like passionately aggressive about.
It was somebody against, like
things.
passionately against it. They're like,
yeah,
fuck
no, that's
Ratatouille.
I'm a Stuart Little fan. Fuck Ratatouille.
I'm like this rodent over anyone else. So yeah, I thought it'd be really fun to have like a little round table of all the amazing scores because like I'm a huge music nerd, so this is like my wheelhouse. Yeah, Alan Silvestri, agreed. Yep. Anyone else got any others?
I really like the music for Suspiria. It's Goblin or something. It's like some Italian band. Oh my god, it's so good.
I don't know
have
that
no
one.
idea. Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool. It's so freaking cool.
All right. Well, let me hit up some supers. Basil Polidorus was the greatest films composer to work, and I'd say classical composer to live. Conan, RoboCop, Total Recall. His death in the early 2000s is the only reason he's number one.
I didn't know his name, but yeah, those are some really great pieces of content there. Yeah.
Oh, what about the Twin Peaks person? Angelo, he's so good. There you
I
go.
love Twin Peaks.
Yes. Okay.
See, this is the problem is I don't remember I wouldn't have remembered that name.
Yeah, I feel bad because
But-
I'm like, this is like
yeah.
iconic, but
But
I just
also it
remember-
is very iconic, yeah.
yeah.
I feel like we just ruined Kay's whole day about like Hans Zimmer composing The Lion King and it not being Phil Collins.
I don't even know. I just remember the Circle of Life or whatever.
That's Elton John. One's really
That's Elton John.
Yes, like I understand
Phil
they're both
Collins
British.
is Tarzan.
Yeah. Well, one's really flamboyant and the other one's like a womanizer,
Why
you
am I
know?
mixing up these two people that are both
don't know.
iconic?
I don't know. It's
We need
It's
to have
a-
like a multiple choice test where you click the image. Who do you think this is? Is this
Who do you
Elton
think Phil
John? or
Collins
this Phil
is?
Collins?
No, I can't.
by the way, Phil Collins was in Balto, you know? He voiced like one of the polar bears, the one who's like really skits out. Like that's Phil Collins.
That's such a niche reference, Blabs. Like, what? The
Fun
autistic
fact.
polar bear. Okay.
I mean, it's true.
True. Congratulations, Blabs. Have you been waiting
Welcome.
your whole life to tell somebody about that?
I don't even know the reference to the point that I'm just writing niche reference.
Niche fun facts about Balto. Anyway, Ranger says Hans Zimmer, Kay just made the list. Let me
know.
see. Yoko says Cowboy Bebop, Wolf's Rain, etc. is the best composer of all time. I have spoken. Okay, there's a lot of like,
Absolutely
amazing
amazing.
anime composers, though.
There are.
That movie Bubble, that is like the weirdest movie ever, in my opinion. It's like I didn't really like it. The animation is beautiful and the music is top tier. This is why I really like it a lot. Just the music. Christian says Hans even being in this debate says a lot. I don't know how you mean by that.
Yeah,
Like,
is
I
that
mean-
positive or negative?
Yeah,
I
I
think it's
don't
a
know.
positive, but I just think he's way worse than John
I
Williams.
don't know. I feel like they're pretty close. I
He's,
still
like,
think that
kinda-
Williams is a step above, but like there is grounds for debate.
It feels like downy music to me. Like I'm really aggressively against Hans Zimmer.
What a
like
hater.
Downy music, like Down syndrome music, like what?
What?
like Smashing Pumpkins depressing, but I actually like Smashing
Oh.
Pumpkins.
Like, this is mental illness, the music to me.
This is really retarded music. Like
All right. Now, Twitter Pig says John Williams over Hans Zimmer. 1000% Jurassic Park is the most beautiful movie theme ever. And Star Wars, Indiana Jones defined the 80s film score. So I really love A Tree for a Bed in Jurassic Park, which is basically like a lullaby of like Jurassic Park theme music. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Like I will like play that on a rainy day for like hours straight. It's beautiful. Recommend if no one knows that one. Jason says, what about Danny Elfman? Danny's great, dude. Have you guys ever watched Alice in Wonderland, like the original one with Johnny Depp in it, not the sequel?
Yes.
That music is pretty darn good too. What else has he done? Obviously Spider-Man, but there's something else. Oh, Black Beauty. Danny Elfman did Black Beauty.
Oh, that's right. I didn't
That
even
one's a
remember
good
that.
one too. Wasp for 10 says AC/DC did the soundtrack to Maximum Overdrive, and Queen did the soundtrack to Highlander.
Highlander.
The more you know.
Love it.
All right, the more you know. Anyway, chat, let me know about any other music that you guys like. Everything Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right, let us move on to Sonic because Kay here probably has a medallion somewhere.
I will not go near that medallion. No. People
Side
have died
scrollers.
for that thing.
Side scroller says a package to send to you and you open it.
No,
It's just
no,
a
no, no.
medallion.
It's just the
You don't need to thank me
medallion.
for being on the show. I don't need the medallion. I'm good.
All right, so someone basically did a first-person point of view of Sonic, and I want to know what you guys think of this. I feel like it's a bit much, so here we go. Actually, I'm gonna turn off the audio just in case. But can you dig it?
This is
Or is
the
that just
greatest
vomit?
thing on earth. This is
should be a
amazing.
VR
Can I
game.
do this?
I don't know. I don't know what this is. I don't know if like
Blabs,
this is just
why
fan
would
made.
why would you show this to me? Like, because
like,
now I want to
you-
do it so bad.
This
You
might be
actually
one
like
of the
this?
3 good VR games.
This might literally be the greatest VR game of all time.
This seems like way too much for me. I'm like,
I'm
well,
already
what do I
going
do?
to vomit, but
This is
also
so-
I would still try it.
I don't want to go on roller coasters anymore. I want to do this.
You really like it? I feel like it's like, how do you know where to go? It's way
Bro,
too much.
Like, it's so cool. I don't know. I grew
Yeah,
up on
but-
Sonic. It's just one of those things that you're like, whoa, I can literally be Sonic? That's me?
I'm like, look at him
That's
run.
literally me, bro.
Can I eat a chili dog in this too, man?
I mean, I think that it does look cool and it looks like it would be fun, but also I just feel like
You'd have a
we
massive
would see
headache.
a record number of seizures and people
Yeah.
getting physically sick.
I feel like they would get a headache after playing this for like 20 minutes, or you wouldn't be able to see straight afterwards. You'd be like,
I will
Shire."
vomit to be like Sonic in this game. I don't even care. I'll be like, oh my god, look at me going on the rails. Let's go.
So this
I'm
comes
so
from the
sold.
YouTube channel. Hang on. This is the best Sonic first-person experience. I've not seen this until just now. Let me see what this is. So this video showcases the new update for the first-person mod by Scythe, which is an improvement from the previous update. Interesting. So there it is. Kay, you gonna go play? It's a mod.
I have the first PSVR, so if I can make that happen, I will absolutely do this. That is so freaking cool.
Yeah,
down
I mean,
for
if
the
I had
headaches.
the system, I would give it a go, but I don't do VR. The only VR I want to try is for Batman Arkham Shadows, and you have to buy the newest MetaQuest 3, which is ridiculous.
I know, and the MetaQuest is like tied to Facebook and all this stuff. It's just like, why?
Yeah.
hate
Yeah, I
all
don't
of
like
this.
those. When you have to like tie to freaking Facebook, like
Yeah,
why?
it's disgusting.
No thanks. All right. Before I move on to the actual anime of the discussion for today, Luigi says favorite composers are Nobuo Uematsu and John Williams. Thank you very much, Luigi. Merson says, "Don't joke of Sonichu. There's real evil behind it."
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I don't believe in like this kind of stuff at all, but with the Sonichu medallion, I believe. There are people that have died or had like tornadoes come towards them or like their lives get ruined, the decline. Like it's crazy. There are people who have like just destroyed their lives and you get like that one sneak peek and it's like, tee-hee, look at this medallion I have. No.
I feel like we
believe
should
in that
all send
curse.
Kay a medallion.
I agree.
I feel like
Maybe
it's
like out
the
of
one.
Legos or something.
No, please. Lego medallion. What?
Yeah,
You're gonna make it out of Legos?
That way it's
Yeah,
still
why
a
not?
medallion and all that, but it's not the one that you're looking for, and it's just made of Legos instead.
No, just no. No, just no.
Anyway.
I don't even really believe in ghosts and stuff like that, but like
She does
with the
believe in
Sonichu
ghosts
medallion,
too.
I
Yeah.
believe that. Yeah. Dog, that shit's
Tristan
real.
says, I meant it positively for his previous super chat. Thank you very much. Corona says, oh, we're going outside cinema in the US? Of course. Okay, the name you're looking for is Nobuo Uematsu. Debate over. Okay, so his name sounds really familiar, but I just off the top of my head, I don't remember his work. Bullet says, also Akira Yamaoka, Silent Hill is the best game composer of all
Yes.
time. Dirty King says Jurassic Park 2 is John Williams' best score, but Basil and Ennio are better. Thank you very much, guys. I love hearing your recommendations and opinions on this. Okay. Oh, you guys are saying Final Fantasy for
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. All right. So let us talk anime because Fortnite and Cowboy Bebop are having that crossover. Did anyone ask for this?
No. How many of the kids playing Fortnite actually know what Cowboy Bebop is?
It's a great question. They probably know the Netflix live action.
Spike Spiegel.
Instead
That's
of
forever going to
putting
haunt me.
Like, instead of putting these characters in Fortnite, can you just make me the games? Like, there's like this PS2 beat 'em up for Cowboy Bebop that it was kind of janky, but it was cool. Can you just make me a PS5 version of that? Can you stop putting these characters into slop where you're literally just like sticking a skin onto a character model and it means nothing? Can you make me creative games? I want to be a space pirate hunting for treasure. I don't want to be playing Fortnite to see these characters.
But the
Like,
problem
it's
is
just-
developers are lazy and they say, well, if we can make this skin in 2 days, then we can put it into our game that's already existing and charge $20 for it instead of actually having to put time and effort into making a brand new game.
I was so white-pilled today because of Yakuza, and then I remembered Fortnite exists, and now I feel the black
Does.
pill again. I'm just like, no!
Yeah.
So, chat, let us know if you guys would be interested in playing Cowboy Bebop in Fortnite. Now, I said this backstage before we went live, and these two almost like shit themselves. I think Cowboy Bebop was overrated. I don't particularly like it. I was so bored with it that I didn't even finish halfway through the season. I'm talking about the original 90s anime. And then I was told the ending and explained everything that happened, like from when I left off of it. And I was like, well, I no longer have to go and watch the ending of this. Goodbye. And I never went back. I can't. So, yeah. Not for me. It's just not for me, the Cowboy Bebop. I gave it a solid try. I watched like half the episodes. It's like, I will do this.
Okay, Blabs, I will give Hans Zimmer a second chance if you give Cowboy Bebop a second chance.
I got too many animes to watch.
Find a time. Just loop around eventually. Even if it's 10 years from now and I get a message from you and it's like, okay, Kay, I watched it. Or like 50 years from now, you can be in a rocking chair at the end of your life and the last message you
2077.
send me is like, Kay, I did watch Cowboy Bebop again, and you know what?
Fantastic.
I regret what I said 50 years ago. It was good. I'll be happy.
Blabs is being a closed-minded hater right now.
What? I gave it a solid try. I was like, I will watch this because my friends keep saying it's amazing, but I just could not
It
do
is
it.
amazing though. You have to give it another chance. Come on, Blabs. Come on. You
It was
can.
really awful.
What did you not like about it?
I felt like the pacing was just too slow, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be like atmospheric and
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like
It's not for me.
it's supposed to be, as the youngins would call it, a vibe.
It wasn't for me. I gave it a solid try, and maybe it was because I was watching at like 6 a.m. And maybe that was what had to do with it, that it made it even more like terrible.
That probably does not help, to be honest.
No, it doesn't, but yeah.
But it's
Watch
like
it
you
at
have
like
s-
midnight, man. Just
you
watch
have,
it at
like,
midnight.
Yeah, exactly. You have Spike, who's like this kind of more morally gray character, and then of course the animation quality and the artistic direction's phenomenal. The music is spot on.
Like I'm not ditching on it, the story or anything. It was not for me. I gave it a solid try. I'd rather go watch like Freerin or Demon Slayer, you know? Those are more my vibe.
It's hard
I
to
mean,
criticize you when you say that.
They're all
so,
great,
yeah.
but
Yeah, sorry guys.
Cowboy Bebop's better though.
No.
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer's worse than all of it. That's what I can agree on.
Oh, whoa.
What? Anyway, listen, no. Oh, look, it's not just me. There are people like Cowboy Bebop kind of sucked. So you know what? I'm just gonna.
Okay,
I'm not
Blabs,
the only one.
Your mission is to watch the full anime and then watch the full live action,
I
and
don't
then
do
you
that.
will, and then you will fully appreciate the
Just
anime.
how good it was. In
Yeah, you'll be
comparison.
like, "Wow, we had it so good back then."
No, yeah, I tried. I gave it a good solid run. But yeah. Anyway. So another thing that we're going to talk about like perhaps, this is a perhaps, it's a rumor, something coming to Black Ops 6 is Tony Hawk, everybody.
Who
Did you
asked?
expect that?
Well, no,
Kay,
you're
you
not.
down?
It's not Tony Hawk in Black Ops 6.
It's
That's
a,
not what
new
it
it's
is.
the
game.
reveal. It's
Yeah.
a tease.
Can you imagine though if Tony Hawk was actually in Black Ops 6 and he was shooting everybody with a skateboard?
I mean, I deal with Fortnite, and doesn't Black Ops do similar to Fortnite, where they like
It
add
does
Michael
now,
Myers and all of
sadly.
this stuff? So like,
Shiny guns and shit.
I wouldn't
Who
put
would
it past
ever
it.
be playing Black Ops and then see like a Tony Hawk reference and be like, "Oh my God, they're teasing the next game in this
Me!
game."
Vera,
that's
me!
K. That's K. That's
Okay?
literally K,
I
actually.
I'm so excited. Are you kidding me? This is so freaking cool. I believe.
It
I
just
believe in
feels
this.
like a bizarre crossover. Like, why Black Ops 6 to announce a new game?
Because it's all like Activision stuff,
But
right?
then again, but then again, I don't like a lot of crossovers. I am not a crossover person.
It's not immersive.
I think, yeah, like adding all these different characters to Fortnite is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I think that teasing
Look
a
at
game
Kay.
within a game within a game is dumb unless it's the past iteration of
This
like,
hurting my
an
soul so
Assassin's
much.
Creed. Oh, an Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's teasing Assassin's Creed Shadows. Otherwise, I'm not on board for crossovers.
Well, I don't think
Like,
this is
very
going to be
rarely.
a crossover or anything. It's just a tease. It's
Well, I
saying
know, but
Vicarious.
why
it's
tease
Also,
kind of
Vicarious
a
is
crossover.
gone. Oh my god.
Poor
Oh
K.
my god, this is hurting my soul. I was like, what? We might get 3 and 4 remaster. I'm so excited. Holy, this could be amazing. Because we thought it was just like gone because they disbanded
Yeah.
Vicarious and everything. And then apparently there was like an interview with Tony Hawk like a while ago, and he said that they were even thinking of like doing 3 and 4 or something, but like they disbanded the team that worked on the other ones, and then they approached
did.
a bunch of other people and like, can you guys work on it? Can you guys work on it? And everyone was like, no, you had Vicarious. What are you doing? And then they just never happened. So the idea that we might get it is so exciting to me. I'm just like, this was like the coolest story ever to me.
I just struggle with these saying to companies something could be good or not. Like, oh, they might remaster something.
Poor K. Sorry, Barbara. That's too funny. Oh, I'm sorry, but
Genuinely broke me. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, Vara. That was
No,
too
it's
funny.
okay.
though.
I was done rambling anyway.
Poor Kay.
Kay's having a rough one today.
I am.
You are.
But there is kind of like more proof to this tease because Wario64 shared these links that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 are on sale. So maybe there is more to this where it's just like more teasing, more discounts. Poor Kay. Why is that so funny?
I don't know. It's so good.
Oh, I'm crying. I'm actually crying. Oh my god. Okay, anyway.
I want it to be true so bad. Imagine we get that announcement next month and they're like, we're bringing it back, bros. I would be the happiest person on earth. I love teasing that. Like, all of those like game theories back in the day, you'd find Easter eggs and things. Like in Mario 64, you're like, is there a Luigi thing coming? And stuff like that stuff is so cool to me. I'm not like a Batman Arkham player. Like I played a bit of the first one pretty much, but like there was a thing that they found like years later where it like showed that there might be like these were the plans for the next game. Like that's so freaking cool to me. So for me seeing this, I was like, I'm not a Black Ops player, but that's awesome that there's like maybe this thing will
my
happen.
argument there would be is it was for the next installment in that franchise. Like going from a shooting gun game to a skateboard game, it just feels like a very weird way to tease it. Where in like an Arkham, if you find plans, like blueprints within the game for the next game, that feels more on theme.
It reminds me of the 360 and the Call of Duty days where I could say whatever I wanted in the lobbies, and I was also listening to Tony Hawk soundtrack.
Yeah, if
That's
anybody
what it
had my
reminds me
Xbox
of.
live logs, I'd be canceled.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
It just makes me feel alive in a way. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's cool.
Okay. Well, moving on from one game to another. This one is kind of just like, I want to acknowledge that this is actually something cool that like some modern video game is doing. So a couple weeks ago, Hogwarts Legacy dropped the official mods, but what they're doing is they're actually giving away money to like the best mods or like the most popular and things like that. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool. That's rewarding the modders who are basically keeping your video game alive for you while you make money, right? and it's like the time out of their day and everything. Like, I actually like this. Like, I have a whole bunch of issues with Hogwarts Legacy, but that besides, like, this is smart. This is what people should be doing. And yes, it's only for PC modding, correct? But I just think that's great, and I think it's worth actually being like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, I
guys-
love when companies actually care about the people who are putting time and effort into fixing their games. It's like Bethesda, right? The reason why a game like Skyrim is so massively popular now is because of modders. And they knew that going into Starfield. And then with Starfield, they created this system where there were like certain modders who got verified accounts who could charge for certain mods, but then Bethesda basically took it as a way to make money themselves, and then they sold like an hour-long mission for $15. Like, I'm sorry, you saw the people who have put hundreds to thousands of hours into your game to fix it for you, and then you decided, you know what, no, we're going to tarnish the modding name, and we're going to charge for a quest that we're putting in a mod category, which is so stupid. And then you have like Capcom who's saying mods are degenerate, and you're a bad person if you would dare to mod somebody else's creation. Like, why is it so bothersome to you that people have put so much time and love and effort into your product?
Yeah, I agree.
But in this case, that's not happening because they're saying, oh, well, we appreciate our modders.
I do want to clarify though, this is like the official modders.
Yeah.
So it's basically the ones that are approved.
Well,
So
yeah, but still.
It's
like,
still better than
still
nothing,
something,
for sure. But I just want to clarify that, you know, it's the ones that are approved by Hogwarts Legacy. So I'm assuming ones that are like race swapping and gender swapping or like removing pronouns in Hogwarts Legacy
big
are not
titty
being
mods are banned.
Yeah, actually, no, they're not really that bad because there are some mods that fix the female body, like they give them more curves and everything. That was
that's cool.
allowed. I've played it and it does fix the modding, and it's funny because it also makes the trans one more booby too. So and an ass.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so the trans one with the dark, deep voice.
Do they
is like,
fix the
"Hello."
voice though?
No, it's still like
Because
this.
why would I want to see big tits on a hello?
Yeah, it's really weird. I went
Want
and
a
tested it out.
beer? No.
Yeah, it's really weird. I was like, wow. But yeah, so shout out to, you know, CurseForge and Hogwarts Legacy for doing that because that's pretty cool. And they're like doing multiple competitions, so that's pretty cool. So if you didn't win this one, maybe you'll win another time. So, you know, keep trying, modders. Okay, moving on. Have you guys seen the trailers for Mouse PI?
Yes.
Doesn't it look freaking awesome?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's like a new little thing that was posted yesterday, or 2 days ago, I should say. Let me zoom in for you guys so you can read it too. It says, Mouse PI for hires, weapons, enemies, and UI are drawn by hand. We then use traditional animation techniques from the 1930s to bring the art to life in the game. The process is painstaking, but we hope you all think it's worth it. So let's just play this. Isn't that amazing?
That's so badass.
That is so cool. I'm very excited for this game. I think it's gonna look amazing.
This is what the industry needs more of, are developers who are actually passionate in going out of their way to learn new techniques or relearn older techniques in order to make their game just feel more, I don't know, like filled with love and effort, because it seems like they actually cared about
It's
creating a
soul.
good product. Right, it's got
Yeah.
soul.
I love it. I can't wait. So this will be coming out soon, I think. Didn't they say like March? I could have sworn. So
I don't remember, but it is supposed to be
let
soon.
me see. Mouse for Hire coming 2025, but they don't have an actual date.
I think they said Q2, but yeah.
I'm
no
looking at the
official date.
Steam wish list in case anybody's looking for it. Here it is. Just says plan date 2025. It's on my wish list for sure. I cannot wait. This is gonna be great. Love it. Kay, your thoughts on Mouse PI?
It looks so good. I agree completely with both of you. Like, this is what I want to see in gaming, and I just think this
Fun.
is so creative, and I love this kind of stuff. Like, I love the art style for Cuphead, for example, so this is, like,
Yeah.
totally cool, too.
Cuphead was gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah. I never played it. It was always on my wish list, Cuphead. One day. I'll
Blabs,
get it.
we need a segment where you try to get through the tutorial.
Of Cuphead? Is it that hard
Yes.
or something?
Oh,
thinking
you
that
don't
too.
remember? You don't know
No.
about it? There was a journalist named Dean Takahashi who spent like an hour not being able to get through the tutorial.
How? Are they just retarded?
Yes.
Wow.
It makes
Was
you
it
do
for-
this like jump and then jump
Yeah.
this way. And
Yeah, you have to like jump on a wall and then you have to jump on the wall again.
Yeah, like maybe the first time, okay, but like the fact that it took that long is like,
Was,
Yeah.
Where was this journalist from? Was it like IGN or Kotaku or something?
He's IGN.
I think he's IGN.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Mercenary says, Mouse PI, day one buy. I want a Shadow game too. Thank you very much. Yeah, for sure. I can't wait to try that. Future President says, in 2028, I'm the president now. My first executive order is to limit Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, Heavy Storm, Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon, and Curious, the Lightsworn Dominion. MYGA.
But we like Pot of Greed, you know? You do Pot of Greed and then you build Exodia, and it's funny. It's funny. I know it's so bad, but it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Felix says, read Narnia series twice as a kid and a big fan. The BBC Narnia series is free on YouTube. Has a great 80s charm and rustic look.
I've
That's
never
why.
watched it, but I'll have to
Yeah,
now.
I remember seeing like that they had made one way back in the
Yeah,
day. That's 40
like
years ago
clips.
now, which is wild. John says, questions for the ladies. Been asking other streamers for stats, but who is the hottest guy character in Marvel Rivals?
Venom.
I am a taken woman, so I am not going to answer this question, but I will say Malice skin looks amazing, and the girls look so good in Marvel Rivals.
They do.
I
But
know
my
Venom
eyes are
played
only for
it.
my man, sorry.
Venom is clearly caked up, but for females, I really love Hela.
I thought
That was
Squirrel
great.
Girl was the MVP in Marvel Rivals.
I hate her voice so much.
I do not
can't.
like Squirrel Girl.
Bro, her
No.
voice. Oh my god, I can't. My friends are here. Leave me alone. I don't care if your friends are here. I don't care. Oh my god.
PTSD from Squirrel Girl. I thought
Okay.
Bucky Barnes looked pretty decent. I saw clips of him.
Yeah, I mean, all of the characters look pretty badass.
Yeah. I've just not played it. It's just not for me. I'd rather play like COD or
Blabs,
Apex,
what is
honestly.
for you? Cowboy Bebop isn't.
Nope.
Marvel Rivals isn't.
I mean, but Marvel Rivals is like eh.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
kind of like when I first was announced as like hero shooters are so dead. Like, what's the point in all of this stuff? This is a game that proved me wrong, and I have no problem saying it. It's actually really fun. When I
love
first thought
Marvel
those, like,
Rivals.
Yeah, I was like, I have superhero fatigue. No one wants this. Like, Overwatch is on the decline. Like, this is way too late. Everything. And then I started, like, by force, I'm playing Marvel Rivals because James plays it every day. So I have to help him with his dailies. But, like, yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm sold on this game. I'm a Hulk main. It's fun. I like smashing things.
I'm always a healer, so I'm stupid little idiot Jeff or
They-
Adam Warlock.
The Jeffs make me so
Sorry.
angry.
I'm
usually just
sorry.
when I get my ult, I grab Jeff and I smack him into the ground,
Yeah.
and it feels so good.
Playing
because
as
damn
Jeff, I feel like everyone always wants to commit a hate crime on me, so I
Damn.
get that.
Wow. Yeah, no, I really want Apex to come back to life properly.
I played so much Apex.
I love Apex. It's fun.
It was good.
I really like Conduit, as they call her. I call her Conduit, but I really like her. She's great, especially with her heels.
I was
For,
always
teammates?
Vantage or Loba.
Loba.
Horizon was
Booty.
good too.
I liked Wraith, but then her portals, like activating the portals, took
Yeah.
forever, and it
Yeah,
just
they
they
did.
ruined it. So I stopped
Yeah.
playing that one. But yeah, I also played Big Gib, whatever his name is, Gibbon.
Oh, Gibraltar.
Yeah,
Gibby?
Gibby. I call him Big Gib. I liked him because he had his shield bubble, but I prefer Conduit. She's much more fun. Right. For Montez. Oh, I don't have YouTube open. Did we hit the YouTube goal? I think we did.
I think we just
I
hit it now.
believe
Yeah,
we
we
did.
just hit it.
Yes. All right. So, Vara, where are we going for Montez's goal? We have Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, The Moon, Dustborn, or Super Mario.
I think we have to go the moon because I've done Dustborn and I've done Mortal Kombat.
To the moon we go. shout out, chat. Now, unfortunately, I can't put another Montez goal because YouTube's stupid, chat. Only Craig can make the goals, and he's not here. So
Yeah.
I actually had to go. I had to ask him to go in on the back end and put up a goal for me before he was getting on a plane. I was like, I can't do it. It only lets the channel owner do it. So even though I have all
YouTube needs
access,
to let mods put up polls and put up
Yes.
goals and all of these small little features.
And if they don't want to give it to all the mods, there should be another level of a mod where it's like
Yes.
these mods can do the polls and stuff like that.
Well, we have the 2 mod
but
levels
still, it's
now,
like an extra layer.
Yeah.
Level of protection. Bentley for 10 says, I had to step away and couldn't send this rant in time. But I have to give Michael Kamen a shout out for composing Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. The opening is fantastic. Yeah, you know what? Hashtag no English accents. You know what? That's true. It's a good music. Hitler rolled a 9. Overrated. Put some respect on Cowboy Bebop's name. Never. Or maybe in 50 years from now when I watch it again.
It's still my
Minecraft-
favorite screen name. I just want to say that.
Hitler rolled a 9.
It's so good.
Blabs, you stink. Boo! We gooning for real, bro. Let me get these ones. Actually, no, these pertain to future topics that we're talking about today, so I will get them in a bit. But Nathan says the Cuphead guy also gave a bad review to Mass Effect 1 because he somehow didn't realize you couldn't level up your skills.
Dean Takahashi is truly one of the worst people in this industry.
Yeah.
So bad.
Salty says, this game reminds me of Fallen Aces, just cartoony. Taker says, Side Scroll is Unmanned Edition. We're all men here. What do you mean? Mr. Malockley says, I miss COD Xbox game chats.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to find friends who talk like COD lobbies, and then you're fine. The
What do you think I
Titter
do
Pig
in my
says,
free time? Just saying.
Porky! Porky! All right, let us move on to Japanese news, because this one is a bit wild. And there's not a whole lot of statistics for this, but we're still going to talk about it anyway. Online games like Knives Out, Fortnite, and Identity V were used in 89 crimes involving children in Japan, police report. So there's not a whole lot of stats, but we'll talk about it anyway. Cases of children in Japan becoming victims of crimes through online video games have increased on a yearly basis, Japanese news outlet FNN News reported on February 20th. As revealed by the Japan National Police Agency, 89 children under the age of 17 were involved in crimes through online games during 2023, with some cases involving kidnapping and sexual assault. Of the 89 cases, 37 involved perpetrators contacting children through NetEase Games Battle Royale's titles Knives Out, Epic Games Fortnite, and NetEase Games multiplayer survival horror game Identity V were also mentioned in the report, coming up in 13 cases. Crimes that begin through online games aren't unheard of in Japan. In 2023, 2 instances of adults contacting minors through Fortnite and Splatoon took place, with the former ending in sexual exploitation case and the latter in stalking. Though many minors dream of making it big through these games, they should exercise caution when it comes to developing relationships with online strangers. While the data is from 2023, there appears to have been no prior reports on the yearly statistic. The alarming increase in such cases has prompted the national police to release the data and urge guardians to establish rules for children when it comes to online gaming.
Yeah, this to me really sounds like bad parenting.
Yeah.
Because if you have a child, it doesn't even matter what age, under the age of, 16, right? You should be monitoring what they're doing online, or at least teaching them before they go in an online game, like, hey, don't tell anybody your real name, only talk as your username, don't share any personal information. Like, those rules should be established by any parent, or at least any good parent. And if your child breaks those rules, then okay, that is partially on, the child for not listening. But again, as an adult, you should be constantly reminding them, like, hey, be safe online. I know younger kids, maybe like 13 or 14, right? They feel a little bit rebellious. They're like, oh, I'm not going to listen to my parents all the time. But you still need to, as a responsible adult, remind them of these things and of these rules.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I feel like as soon as somebody asks for your private information, just block them immediately.
Yes, 100%.
Block them, because that's like a big warning sign there. Kay, you got any thoughts on that?
I think you both put it pretty well, but yeah, I think it's on the parenting as well. And I mean, it's tough, right? Because you want to make sure that they're safe and everything. I don't think we should be blaming the games or anything like that.
No.
And I don't think that was necessarily being implied beyond it,
No.
Being sensational, being like, it's happening in these games. I'm actually shocked because they're talking about NetEase that they didn't blame Marvel Rivals, but I guess because that's only text chat, they have no grounds to do that. But it's really about making sure that your kids are safe online. And this has been an issue for a very long time. I remember like AOL chats back in the day, MIRC, all this stuff. People would be like ASL, and the next thing you know, you're talking to somebody who's LARPing as like, oh yeah, I'm your like 18-year-old friend that's a girl, but they're actually like some dude that's like 50 or something. Like that's always kind of been around. So it's just about, being cautious and making sure that your kids understand the severity of what could happen out there and that there are malicious people. But sad story either way.
It's very gross that like there's so many predators just preying on children in video games. Like, ugh.
Oh yeah, there are some
Roblox
genuinely
streamers.
absolutely disgusting people out there.
Yuck. Roblox streamers. All right, let me see. Luffy says, but Japan's the safest place in the world. Yeah, which is why the crime is so low in comparison. Let's be real. I nominate Yasunori Mitsuda for greatest composer. Listen to Xenogears to enhance your life. Also, did Kay ever get Deception and Nightmare Princess?
I have it written down. But I've not gone to it.
I was just thinking of video game composers, and one that I think chat might agree with me, might not, is Jeremy Soule. He has created so many amazing pieces in the past, and like it's hard because I don't know, there's a lot of games where I could talk about the independent tracks and why they're so amazing, but I just don't think of a lot of these names like the composers. Unfortunately, I feel like they don't get enough credit when it comes to at least video games.
I was about to say Jeremy Soule when you brought it back up. I'm like,
he's
bruh.
awesome.
He did the EA Harry Potter games, like the first 3.
Yeah, and like
Fun
Akira, what's his
Skyrim.
name? Akira Yamaoka. He was Silent Hill. He also did great. But yeah. Jeremy Soule with Skyrim was amazing.
Yeah, there's some really beautiful tracks there that are just great to relax to. You're like, decompress. Yeah. Ranger says, I'm willing to donate towards Kay and Medallion for the continued Zimmer slander. Also, John Carpenter is a great composer.
Oh my God, I can't even believe I forgot John Carpenter. Thank you for mentioning that because, yeah, he's fantastic. Everything he does is good. Even like movies where they're not like Precinct, whatever it's called. I forget the full title, but the like movie is not that great, but the music is so good.
Yeah. And of course, you've had him on Side Scrollers, but Marty O'Donnell.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic.
Benjamin says, best composer, Yuka Kitsamura of Dark Souls fame. I can't read today. Dark Souls fame. Thank you very much, Benjamin. Jeremy Soule is the game music GOAT. Guild Wars. Thank you, Titter Pig. All right, I see the rest of you guys' Rumble rants and things, and we'll get to them. But let's go back to Japan for a little bit. Come back. There we go. The Pokemon Company reaches costly settlement in copyright infringement lawsuit over Chinese mobile game. Now, have you guys ever heard of the mobile game called Pocket Monster Remake?
Yes.
I hadn't heard of it until I saw this article.
Yes. So basically the TLDR was there was a Chinese mobile game, as I just said, and they were basically using like assets from Pokemon. So they finally got a lawsuit in. Now, this one was originally filed in December 2021. And then the game was first released in 2015. But this is the game, by the way, in question, in case anyone's wondering. But with the offending game having made up $42 million in revenue in a single year, the Pokemon Company originally claimed an estimated $72 million in damages and demanded public apologies from the companies involved across all major social media platforms. The Shenzhen Intermediate People's Court ruled in favor of the Pokemon Company in September, accusing the defendants of violating the Unfair Competition Prevention Act and ordering to pay 107 million yuan, which is a 15 million USD. However, 2 of the companies involved filed an appeal to overturn the ruling. And then on December 18th, the second hearing was held where the parties involved reached a mediated settlement regarding compensation. In addition, the companies were ordered to issue apology statements through online paper news outlets. But my question is, why is it always China? It's always
Yeah.
China making all these counterfeit things, and you can even look at like from like actual physical objects, like fake purses
Oh,
or
yeah.
like designer bags, all the way through to like video games. It's like, keep a lid on it, guys. Ugh.
Well, their copyright laws are very different, aren't they? So
They
they
are.
probably
They
are way
are.
looser over there, and that's why they think they can get away with it. But globally, you can't do that, bro.
Yeah, no.
Any thoughts on that before I get to our breaking news that Vara just sent over?
I think that the golden nugget in chat said it perfectly. China is a culture of efficiency.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. It sucks though. All right, we have exclusive news brought to you by Vara, and who better than to introduce by Phil?
Make sure you turn in. This is a side scroller exclusive.
All right, Hooters prepares for bankruptcy. Dun dun dun.
F's in chat.
It's the end of an era. I need to go play the PS1 Hooters game in their honor.
What's
This
this?
is so sad.
Oh no!
Whoa!
Oh, no!
Hey, yo.
Hey.
Oh no!
I'm out.
Well, we
Let
know
'em
why they
close.
went bankrupt. The end. F's in the chat,
Yeah.
boys. F in the chat.
It's a sad day.
Yes, very sad indeed.
You think
Okay.
someone will buy them out, though? I feel like someone will keep that name going. It's too iconic,
Probably.
right? In pop
Oh, yeah.
culture. Like, I think somebody will.
100%.
All right, I'm gonna skip a couple of articles because we're running out of time. We'll probably get to them on Monday. But I want to talk about Amazon for a wee bit for you guys because I went on a crazy thing the other day where I started buying Amazon books on Kindle because they're not physically published yet. So they're not available in English. They're only available like in Japanese. And I want to rent them, but you can't rent them anymore. But now, starting in like 5 days, Amazon has announced that it will be discontinuing the download and transfer via USB. So if you buy an Amazon Kindle book, you can no longer download it and have the file on your PC.
Yes,
So if that license is
DRM.
lost, yes, if that license is lost, whatever reason, you will no longer have that book just like that, even though you paid for it. So it's basically like another rental, but you're actually supposedly paying the full price for it, which I found insane. So there are some workarounds about this, guys. There was this video where it's or this article, I should say, how to download Kindle books, but the problem is a lot of them you can't download for like a while now, like since like 2024. You have to have like a really old Kindle and then
Mhm.
possibly be able to download from there onto your PC for files, but it's a huge headache, and I find it very like shady. I find it very, very shady to be doing these practices now. So yes, as of this February 26th, you can no longer download your books that you actually bought digitally. So there's that. Any thoughts on that real fast?
So I talk a lot about video games on my channel, obviously, and DRM has always been a very hot debate between platforms like GOG that are DRM free. You're basically just buying a license, and that's why I always say to buy physical media as much as possible. And now we're just seeing it with books as well. I'm honestly surprised that this wasn't the case already.
Well, I think it slowly was because like a couple years ago they started it out on Amazon Kindle where you couldn't rent anymore.
Yeah.
The only things you can rent are textbooks, still to this day
Right.
somewhat if you're a student.
So they
Rather than that,
slowly
no.
were rolling it out.
Yes. But I despise this, especially because so many people are not publishing physically anymore due to the cost of paper, things like that. And I understand the cost of paper. It is very expensive, but it's just very shitty. Also, I find, and like for me, what I was trying to buy was like an anime series, and the only first 4 books were published physically, and they're slowly releasing them every couple of months. But there's like 13 of them,
Right.
so only 4 of them are out. So like I would have to wait until May to be able to read the 5th one, and I was like, dude, then after that I have to wait another 2 months just to read the 6th one. Whereas I could just go and buy them all right now and read them and be done with it. So that's what I did. I'm not very happy with it because I don't like reading digitally, but it's like you don't really have a choice here. I couldn't find them on the C's and stuff, so I had to go and get them digitally. And they'll probably be like removed probably with my luck. So yeah.
Yeah, I always say buy physical media whenever I can. I mean, I have bookshelves and bookshelves because I buy actual books instead of,
Mhm.
digital ones. And then, of course, with video games. But DRM has been a really big discussion in video games just over the past couple of years, because some DRM are very like intrusive and restrictive, some more than others, like requiring access to system core files, and they actually require you to always be online, versus if you're buying something that's DRM free from say GOG, or of course there are some games on Steam that are DRM free as well, like Half-Life, you can just download it and then you have it forever. And I always try to go out of my way to buy DRM free, but unfortunately, with the future being very quickly changed to an all digital one, companies are doing more and more to make it harder for you to share copies of the things that you own. And yeah, you're basically just renting a license, and that's what they want. They want to be able to take things away from you whenever they feel like it.
Yeah, I'm pretty disgusted by Amazon, to be honest, just because they're like owning everything, and small bookshops are just fading away, and it's very sad. So fuck Amazon for that. I'm not happy with you.
Also, fuck Sony. Not that that's really shocking, because when Crunchyroll and Funimation merged, people lost all of their Funimation purchases, all of the series that they had bought and all the movies that they had bought. So this is unfortunately the future, unless we, continue to call it out and fight back, which is why I think it's so important to bring this to people's attention.
Now, like I said, some people are sort of able to download some stuff. So if you guys have an Amazon Kindle or an account or whatever, go see if you can download your books.
Yes.
Because you might be able to. You might just be able to, and it might help you
At
out
least
later
try.
on. You can stick it on a USB stick or, whatever. All right, let me hit up some supers that were related to the books. Let me see, where'd they go? Here we go. Shire says, do Audible books count? Also, who the hell gets off to inflatable dolls? They all look like lizards minus the herpes, and they would be preferable to nutting in plastic. Thanks, Shire. But yes, Audible books do count.
What book series have you been reading lately, Blabs?
I've been reading Apothecary Diaries, which is the anime, the manga, and everything. I love it.
It's very good.
I'm on book 8.
Ooh,
yeah,
nice.
book 8. I've read 4 in like 4 days. Just been like
addicted.
Really?
I must consume the content.
Dude, I really am addicted to it. Like it's bad.
What about UK?
What's reading? No, I'm just kidding. I really don't read often. I know I'm one of those. I like to experience all my stories through video games, but I mean, there's some books like I'll read, but I'm very much like I love Lord of the Rings, so I read through all those books before, but otherwise I'm just very much video game storytelling is the way to go.
Fair enough. As my chat sees every stream, I have all the Wheel of Time books up there that I'm slowly but surely getting through again.
How's that Amazon show treating you?
Fucking terrible.
We do not speak of it.
Do not watch that. Amazon kills everything it touches.
It really does. So sad. Tamano says, wow, that must have been a lot of friction to start a fight. Woo! All right. The mystery says, Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn were my favorite Fire Emblem. Montes!
Very respectable choices. They're so good.
Nathan says, follow up to previous chat. I know a lot of anime fans who watch obscure anime that talk down to people who say they like mainstream ones like Parasite and Full Metal Alchemist. Elitists.
I think it's dumb to have an elitist attitude, because ultimately they're popular for a reason, but people can also just like the content they want.
Yep. Free market, baby. I grew up in a haunted house. I can't deny the existence of it all. Ghosts and monsters are real, but that medallion, that thing scares even demons. Mercenary, you're a hoot. All right, here we go. Luigi says, this is why I jailbroke my Kindle. They're also editing the books without your consent. OTA, so fuck them. I'll get them that Yakuza way in the high seas. I didn't know you could jailbreak a Kindle. I mean, makes sense. You should be able to.
You can jailbreak anything as long as you try hard enough.
If there's a will, there's a way. Citron says, I totally haven't started sailing the digital seas for books, TVs, and movies. If you catch my draft, corpos go away. Whee! I have a website for manga. I have it bookmarked on my phone. Just saying. Mercenary says, the last Sonic game damaged a 2 terabyte SSD.
Sonic X Shadow Generations or Sonic Frontiers? That's crazy. What?
Yeah.
Dirt is King says the SNES Fire Emblems are Japanese only, but there's some of the best writing in video games, with FE4 on par with the Song of Ice and Fire. All right, so I see your supers. I did get it. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, but there are some more I have to cover, but I do want to hit up some news since we're running out of time, and that is perhaps Sony has woken up to like the extreme that is PlayStation and PC games. So I could have sworn Kay was like laughing already at the stupidity of this. Former Sony exec finally says the quiet part out loud, putting PlayStation games on PCs almost like printing money.
Wow, it's almost like making your game accessible for more people gains you more money? That's insane.
What a revelation, I know. Oh, they're all 20 exclusive games, right? Releasing on PC does many things. It reaches a new audience who do not own consoles, especially in regions where consoles are not as popular. Yoshida said in an interview, the idea is that those people may become fans of a particular franchise, and when a new game in that series comes out, they may be convinced to purchase the PlayStation. Or they'll just continue to play on PC.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought this was really stupid because it's like, yes, it shouldn't take 2025 for you guys to figure this one out.
Right,
Especially.
no. They should understand that from the get-go, that you need to give as much access to people as possible, and that means putting your product on as many platforms as possible. Like, why they think that is some insane news is it really just speaks for itself, the state of mind that these people are in and how out of touch they truly are with gamers. Because we've been saying this for years now.
And to point off, don't forget the PlayStation Network is not available in all the countries that they sell their games on.
That's true.
There's like a whole bunch of them, even in this article. Now, this was saying 130 countries. I think this has dropped to like 78 or 80 something. I can't remember the exact date, but they have like lowered it and they've made PlayStation Network more available. But that's still a huge factor. It's like, well, if they can go play on PC where they don't have these issues, then they should and they will. So it's just really stupid of Sony. They're like, oh yeah, look at that. Now we can do it. It's like, duh.
Yeah.
Insane. But you wanted to talk real fast about Sony being sued for artificially high prices on the PlayStation Store, didn't you, Vara?
I don't really have too much to say about it, to be honest, but I do think it is interesting that there is so much Sony news at this point in time. Just a few weeks ago, they canceled a bunch of live service projects. They lost one of their co-CEOs. We know that, of course, Concord lost them an insane amount of money, and the PSN network was just down a couple of days ago, almost a week ago now.
Yeah, last week, I think, right?
And people were shocked at that, but it just seems that internally Sony is going through turmoil, and now they're going to face even more problems.
Yeah. So shout out Sony, you guys are doing great.
Oh yeah, great
that
work.
last one is interesting with the EU because the implication is that there's like a Sony tax, which I've heard floated around before.
Yeah.
I would definitely want to look deeper into it as like, the lawsuit rolls out. But
right.
the part of the argument is that like some of the digital games, for example, you can only access through that store, which is kind of the conversation with physical media versus digital media. And I wonder if that's going to put pressure to create more physical media or other ways to access these things. So maybe that's a slight white pill in the back of my mind. That's a huge reach, but I wonder if that conversation is going to bring up, because like for me, it never really bothered me that like DLC and stuff was digital only, but I can see the argument that like maybe you should be able to access it in other ways, right? Maybe you should be able to get like a physical disc or something, but I don't know. This could open up something way bigger for gaming, and it usually starts with the EU. Usually the EU has this huge regulation, and then all of a sudden the rest of the world has to like adjust something like cell phone cables, whatever it might be. So I don't know. I don't know if they even have grounds to stand on with this or not, but it's definitely a very interesting thing that they're trying to attack. And if you look at other countries, sometimes you see the price tag for a game and it's like astronomical. Like you're like, this is insane. Like even for Canada, we're spending like $120 a game at this point after tax. Like it's crazy. Yeah. So I'm interested to see how they balance the scales, if they're forced into a position, or like how that would affect like digital distributed stuff. Obviously for me, I like seeing indie stuff produced in physical format as well. So it'd be nice if we see more of that. Who knows?
Yeah,
there was somebody who said something really funny in the chat. They were like, it's been a year, time to remaster The Last of Us. Oh, that was funny. All right, let's get to one of our other leads of today. Who here is a Lord of the Rings fan? That's right, I figured you guys were. So, have you all heard about the Tales of the Shire?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Vara is very well familiar with Tales of the Shire. Maybe, just maybe, because she's blocked.
Yeah, they hate me over there. Their community manager does not like me.
Which is very impressive. So, if you guys didn't know, Tales of the Shire is basically like an Animal Crossing Minecraft meets Lord of the Rings, but absolutely shitty-ass graphics with DEI inserted into it, of course, as you will. Now, they've gone and announced yesterday that Tales of the Shire would be delayed yet again. And here we have it. It says Tales of the Shire needs a bit more simmering. Now coming July 29th, 2025. But the reason this is interesting is because this isn't the first time it was delayed. So first off, it was originally supposed to come out in 2024. This is from 2023, this screenshot. And then they were like, it's going to come out early 2025. And as of yesterday, they announced that it was actually going to be over the summer of 2025. And the best part about this is that they have actually gone and hidden a whole bunch of replies. Now, Vara's reply was hidden as well. Now, I just don't see. Oh, here it is. Look at that. Hidden.
It's me. Wow.
So,
and I got blocked, so I got double whammy.
You did. Now, this is the post of like the one I just showed you guys of the announcement where like July or 29th now. So, Vara, your thoughts on Tales of the Shire?
I think, first of all, the game itself sounds like it could have been fun. A very cute, cozy Lord of the Rings life sim. Like, that is a game that could sell a lot of copies, but they decided to go with this Rings of Power Tolkien revisionism where now there are hobbits of color, which is just a very dumb decision all around. But they also went for these PS2 graphics, and I will never understand that. Like, sure, in some shots it looks kind of cute, but then you get to like the character models, which look absolutely horrendous. Like, that environment looks good, but the characters themselves are just terrible. And again, this game could have been a smashing success because there's so many people who love Lord of the Rings and love life sims and these cozy games. But the worst part truly comes down to the attitude of the people behind this game. They have boasted about wanting it to be a diverse game, an inclusive game, which, you know, diversity and inclusivity are great when they are done naturally, but when a company is only forcing them into projects to basically tick off boxes, that's a major issue, and gamers will call that out whenever they see it, and they hate that. But when it comes to the way that the people behind this project have acted, it really just goes to show that it was never about keeping in the spirit of Tolkien's work and trying to create something that had a lot of love and passion behind it. It just came down to they needed to create something Lord of the Rings, and so they figured this was the best way to make a paycheck, because you have people like the lead producer who have come out and called gamers conspiracy theorists over criticizing DEI initiatives within the industry. Like, you are saying this never happens when it very clearly does happen. Like, look at Dustborn. They received money from the Norwegian Film Institute, and that institute has a 5-year plan to basically inclusify and diversify films and movies and just their culture. So that is clearly happening. And you could say, oh, you don't think it's that serious? Sure, but that's not the way that she presented it. And she is someone who goes on blocking sprees and attack sprees. And even like their official account, their community manager is doing the same thing.
Wow. Whilst you were talking, I had the Steam thing come up, and it still says March 25th, 2025
They haven't even
on Steam.
updated it. Absolutely lazy.
Embarrassing. Now, I want to see if there was like a character. Here we go. A character creation shot, or I should say like a photo close up of the character. So it doesn't look very good. Like, look at how like disproportionate everything is. Like, I understand the hobbits are supposed to have big feet, right? But like, it doesn't look good.
The PS2 Hobbit game looks significantly better. That game was amazing.
I agree with you. I would have loved to have like some type of Shire game where you are just in the Shire, a bunch of hobbits. I would have preferred a better graphics in this for sure. I would have like maybe something like actually like IRL almost like a real graphics. But I would have loved something like this, and they're I don't know who they think their audience is. Maybe like little girls or something for this game, because I don't really see anyone wanting to play this. Like I don't see women going, "Oh my god, it looks so cute." I think it looks pretty trash.
And you can make games that are clearly like, we'll just say for argument's sake, like lower budget, where they're not like hyper realistic graphics, like in Animal Crossing, but it looks polished. It looks put together.
It looks clean.
There's clear, it looks clean. But with this game, it just looks old and outdated and lazy and like slop.
Yeah.
They're saying it's stylized, but
I think they just didn't hire the right talent.
Yeah, no.
Kay, got any thoughts on the Tales of the Shire?
I'm so disgusted by this game. The hobbits are kind of my least favorite race in Lord of the Rings too, so I really don't care for it. I'm just like I love Sam, but otherwise I'm just like I just don't want this game. I like the movie-based games that came out like in the early days.
Really good.
Those
the
are
Lego
great.
was really great.
The Lego's not bad too. Yeah, I want like power fantasy Lord of the Rings. I don't want this like cringe shit where it's like, oh, you get to make lembas bread or whatever. Like, no, I'm good. Which I don't even think they would make because that's for the elves. So it's like I don't want any of this at all. Who is this for? This is probably for my demographic, if we're being honest. And I'm just like so unattracted by everything they're doing with it. It just looks terrible.
I actually just wishlisted this. I'm tempted to see how it comes out. Like, I would actually play this and just see, like, how bad it is. But good luck, everybody. July 29th, 2025. Do you think it's going to be delayed again, or do you think they actually have to make this deadline?
I think they actually have to make this deadline because this is the second delay?
Third
Or
now.
the third now? So they have to make it at this point. At least I think, because companies can only do so many delays before people do start unwish listing and before that kind of hype dies down. And I think that they have realized now with their latest post that there is not as much hype as they were initially hoping there was going to be surrounding this game.
It's also because they announced it so early on, back in 2023.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, it's delayed. 2025. Oh, it's delayed. Here's another one. It's like, okay. So, all right. So, yeah, Tales of the Shire. I keep wanting to say Tales of the Jedi because of that Disney Plus show. But no, Tales of the Shire, everybody, coming out this summer. Let us know if you guys will be playing it or not.
I'm still planning on streaming it myself, just because
I want to try it.
I still stream all these awful games like Avowed and Kill the Justice League and Dustborn and Flintlock, but the way that they're acting is extremely unprofessional with blocking and silencing people, and I do think that most of the hype has died down for this game.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because I'd love for a nice, fun, wholesome Lord of the Rings game to come out.
I'm down for that.
That would be great, but instead we're getting this, and every time we see a teaser and trailer, it just looks significantly worse.
Like when I used to play the Lego Lord of the Rings one, you know how like they have like the Shire music in the Shire? I hung out there all the time. I'm like, this is where I want to hang out. Like, I would love it. And especially if they actually had Lord of the Rings Shire music in the game. Oh, that'd be so fun. So much fun. But I highly doubt they're even going to do that, to be honest. They probably wouldn't be able to afford it. They're like, too expensive.
Well, it is Weta Workshop, and Weta Workshop, of course, their gaming division is the division of the company that did all of the props for the movies.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So maybe they would be able to get the music.
Yes, I think that they would be able to get the music.
Well, I hope they do then. It might be a little bonus part.
Because it's Weta Workshop who's developing it, and then Middle-earth Enterprises that's helping publish it.
Okay. Well, Stay-at-Home Hippo says, the worst part of all the bastardization of Tolkien's work, from shows, movies, and games, is this: it continues to push the idea that his work is not good. Tales of the Dire will fail. Tolkien is rolling. I like that, Tales of Dire. Lord Slosh says, happy Friday to the rebranded DEI scrollers. Jose, 3 incels in a raincoat, and keeping up the tradition of replacing the ginger. Very black. Thank you. By the way, chat, I don't have access to direct donos. They will be read on Wednesday if you guys have any, when Craig is back from the dead. Mercy says, the one between Frontier and Shadow. John Conji says, believe it or not, out of my list, Venom is on the top of the characters of my list. A lot of women have weird fetishes. See, I'm not a
Blabs,
Venom
you would
girl.
like him because he has a big ass.
Oh, you
Yeah,
know,
that
this
is
is true. I do like.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just blanked. In Marvel Rivals, Venom is super caked up.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
See,
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Venom himself, but maybe I'll make exceptions, you know, for the booty. B. Barrett says they're taking the hobbits to D. Isengard. It's true. That Pierre over there. Fire Emblem Echoes is a masterclass on making a remake from music to art to the gameplay and fully voiced characters giving 110% performances. Thank you very much. MP says, Blap. My only exposure to Narnia was a 1988 British TV adaptation. Very dated now, but quite impressive for its time. It also was nominated for an Emmy. Awesome. Thank you very much for the insight. New York Giants fan, you guys are going to hate me for this one, but that joke of the day. Can February, March? No, but April, May. That was funny. MP pause, Blabs left paw wave, K right paw wave, Var double paw wave. Hello. And Hell says, hi Blabs, has the stuttering finally been dealt with? Yes, he's dead. Dead, that's it. He'll come back to life on Wednesday, but for now he's dead. And then BLK and Mild? Lord of the Rings went from Tolkien to Token. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. I think we're all caught up on the rumbles and locals. By the way, hit the thumbs up button over on everywhere except for Kick, because Kick doesn't have that. All right, Vara, where can the people find you?
You can find me everywhere on YouTube, Veridark, Dark Titan Media. I'm streaming Avowed this weekend, finishing that up. Next week's Monster Hunter Wilds, which is going to be fucking epic. You can find me on X. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Discord, all at Veridark.
And Kay, where can the people find you?
At Melee Games, pretty much everywhere on the internet, YouTube, Twitter, the whole nine. Yeah. And I'm going to be doing Kingdom Hearts tonight, so if you guys liked when I was yelling about that, I'm sure I'm going to be yelling about that way more. Also, I'm being dragged into Disney karaoke. It's a whole thing. I don't want to deal with it.
I'll make a man out of you?
I don't even know. There's a whole stipulation where if I like suck at trivia or something, I'm gonna have to like sing a song.
I would intentionally bomb the trivia to be able to sing all the Disney songs.
Yeah,
like, I can go the distance and I'll make a man out of you. Oh my god, I'm in. You know what? Screw the trivia. We don't need that.
Dude, I was in the car yesterday and I had it on shuffle, my playlist, and I'll Make a Man Out of You came on. And I was like, let's get down to business. And I was like, yeah! Love it. It's a great karaoke song. All right, guys. It's a sexist song. Okay, as for me, you guys can find me on my YouTube channels or on Kick. So on Monday, we'll have Yellowfish, and we're working on another guest, and I think you guys are going to really be interested in this little deep dive that we may be going into with some autistic research, if you get my drift. Okay, people got to try to keep it down. Don't let them. You guys got to go get it. We'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Fatality.